All right, so here's something. I'm not sure what's going on here. Somebody tweeted this to me, but I guess Lil Nas is not a Pete Buttigieg fan. You're not saying his name right. I can't take you seriously. You're saying his name wrong. My pearls are being clutched. Pete Buttigieg. I just did it again. What are you going to do? 5 Pete Buttigieg fans that exist. All right. Lil Nas X shuts down Mayor Pete Buttigieg Old Town Road collaboration. What's going on here? 2020 candidate was set to recite the lyrics to the chart-topping mega hit for a BuzzFeed event, but the singer nixed the idea. Oh, man. Lil Nas X has collaborated with the likes of Billy Ray Cyrus, Keith Urban, BTS, and Young Thug, but there's apparently one collaboration he would not have, Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Okay, why? The crossover pop star responsible for the mega hit Old Town Road, currently shattering records on the Billboard Hot 100, was the headlining act at a live variety show hosted by BuzzFeed in New York. The event, titled Internet Live, featured performances from Lil Nas X, along with appearances from internet celebrities, Broadway singers, and the stars of Jersey Shore. Man, really bummed out I missed that. That's... You know, I was next to the situation once at a college performing conference. So when you perform at a lot of colleges, you work with an organization called NACA, the National Association for Campus Activities. And what you do is you submit to showcase at one of their conferences. They do regional conferences all over the country where student buyers come and they watch different performers perform, and they see everything from comedians to musicians to jugglers to escape artists to vocal a cappella groups. You get the idea. And they see all these showcases for a couple of days. It's basically like a big college approved like performing arts festival in a way. And then if they like you, they'll book you to come to campus, and you're there with your agent and you have a booth where they get to meet you and stuff. And sometimes there's just celebrities there for whatever reason. One year, my booth where I showcased was right next to the situation from the Jersey Shore. And he was a nice guy. I mean, I said hello to him a couple of times because he was just there, but he did nothing. Like, he didn't do anything. He just stood there. Like, he didn't showcase. He was just there. It was like, hey, here's this dude. And he would come to campus and just talk about something. Like, I don't know what he talked about, but he just stood there and did nothing. And at this point, Jersey Shore was off air for a little bit. So he didn't have many people coming up to him. Occasionally there'd be somebody who was like, I'm such a big fan. But the rest of the kids were like, I don't know who that is really. Not that, I mean, less people knew who I was. Believe me, nobody knew who I was. I was just a random dude that they might have saw showcase and liked it. But anyway, so Lil Nas, let's get back to him. All right. So the event titled, all right. At one point, BuzzFeed, all right. But the mayor wasn't the only 2020 candidate in talks to appear on the program. Okay. So why didn't he? Buttigieg was pinched on the preliminary idea of appearing via video, reciting the lyrics to Old Town Road in some form of collaboration with the surging pop star. But according to sources, the plan was foiled when Lil Nas X rejected the proposal. The singer was not opposed to Buttigieg personally, sources said, but instead told BuzzFeed News that he did not want to be seen as endorsing a particular candidate in the race. Good for him. Good for him. Now here's what Pete Buttigieg said about it. 37-year-old mayor has said that he's a fan of the young rapper's work and embrace his decision to come out as gay. As a fan, I'm thrilled and inspired to see him standing in his truth as a member of the LGBTQ community. That's awesome. Welcome to the family, says Buttigieg. And good for him. Good for him. First of all, I'm not a fan of Pete Buttigieg. You know that about me. I like calling him Pete Buttigieg, like Count Chocula. I have fun doing it. I'm not a fan of his politics at all. But in this particular, for instance, I'll give him a thumbs up for handling that gracefully, and bigger thumbs up to Lil Nas X for being upfront and for not. Look, Lil Nas X knows that he has influence, and he's like, look, I don't know. I mean, and maybe he's not familiar with Pete Buttigieg, or maybe he isn't a fan but wanted to be polite about it. Is not entirely clear according to this article. I think it's likely he just might not be familiar. Maybe he's not paying a ton of attention to the race yet, or maybe he is. He's just not. Hey, there's a million. I mean, there is a clown car full of. If I had to load all the Democratic nominees into my apartment, we wouldn't be able to fit them all. It'd be very cramped. It'd be very cramped. And I'd be like, do you want some more derbs? Can I give? I want to be a polite host, but really, there's only a couple of you that I actually want to talk to. The rest of you, I'd be fine if you weren't here anymore. I'd be fine if you weren't here. Stop touching my skateboard, Beto O'Rourke. I don't like you. I don't. But either way, whatever his reason is, he's being upfront that it's like, hey, I'm not endorsing this guy. I have nothing against him personally, but I don't want to be seen endorsing someone. Did he not endorse him because he's not really familiar with a lot of the candidates yet? Maybe. Did he not endorse him because he's not a fan of his politics? Maybe. Either way, that's the right move. Lil Nas, hey, I'm a really influential person. I'm not going to be seen endorsing a candidate over another. And maybe in the future, Lil Nas X will endorse somebody. I mean, I'll be honest, full disclaimer, I'm not familiar with Lil Nas X's politics. Like, I have no idea where he's at politically. So, all right. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and